Jacob Johnson. Alongside me is Nate Thompson, and we just started this podcast. It's called The Come Up. We're interviewing prospects that are, either looking towards the MLB draft, the NFL draft, and kids in college or headed to college. Today we have a pretty special guest. His name's Tyler Mattison. He is from my area, from Fort Anne, New York. He now pitches at Bryant University, and we're just going to ask him a few questions today and kind of get it started. So, Tyler, for the first question, let me get it clicked up here. Nate, you asked the first one. I'll get to it in a second.
All right, so Tyler, you were thrown into the mix at Fort Anne pretty quick. Your eighth grade year, you guys won a state championship. So, like I said, you were thrown into it pretty quick. And then again in 2017, how did you prepare to be thrown into the loop at such a young age and such a good team?
Yeah, it started off in Little League. My father, a bunch of my buddies' parents, they were highly involved when we were young. 6, 7, 8, always going playing, being athletic, and we knew that. Come 8th grade, 9th grade time, 8th grade came along, and I was playing first base. A kid next to me playing second base was Garrett Bailey. We're both in 8th grade. I don't think we had an ounce of facial hair on our face, so we were pretty young at that point. But no, it was a lot of fun, and it just gave us a lot of experience going forward. But yeah, that Little League, and when we were younger, it really helped us out a lot and helped build our confidence, and we took off from there.
All right, thank you.
So that we're gonna ask about the state semifinals game that you pitched. You had 12 strikeouts, 1 walk, and it was 1 earned run. Was this a realization of you thinking that you could succeed at a D1 level, or did it come before that?
Yeah, no, I think it started coming before that. My sophomore year, we played in the state semis, and we ended up losing to Smithtown Christian, and I think starting then in that summer is when I started throwing pretty hard, and I started to realize that anywhere I really went around the state, I was finding success against guys. That's not saying I blew everybody away, because I didn't, but for the most part, I was finding success, and I started to get that realization that, hey, I'm one of the best kids out here, if not the best. So I had that mentality going all the way through, and then talking about that my senior year, that game. We played, and we knew that Deposit Hancock was going to be a tough team. They're always known for their at-bats and they're good hitters and they're good pitchers. And that was actually the team we beat my 8th grade year in the state championship game. So it was kind of a little rivalry game, I guess you could say. But no, it was a lot of fun. And, yeah, I started to realize my senior year, hey, I'm the best player out here. I'm the best pitcher here. So I just had that mentality going out, and, I carried it along all the way through.
All right, so how did the atmosphere at a smaller school kind of fuel you for the competition at a D1 level? How did you make the transition, and how you were going to adapt to fight at the D1 level instead of a smaller school?
Yeah, it was a tough changeover for sure. Being in a smaller school, there wasn't as much competition for spots. So I never really had that aspect in my career towards the latter half of my high school. But going to college, it was definitely eye-opening for sure. Going there and not being the best player there, you got seniors and juniors that have been through the grind. They've been there 3-4 years. So it's learning a new environment, learning a new team, getting comfortable. It took a while. But, just having that inner confidence in myself and, believing that I'm the best player out there and thinking that and telling myself mentally, so that way I go out there and pitch as much confidence as I can. That that was a big thing I learned in high school. So I definitely changed that over. But yeah, for sure, it's definitely an eye-opening experience. Transitioning from class.
So, after your first year at Bryant, being a freshman in D1 school, it's definitely a hard thing to get settled into. You had a rough start that season, but then the next year you pitched, you only gave up 12 runs in the 51 innings you pitched. What did you work on between that freshman year and then your sophomore year that kind of changed it for you, or made you not play better, but definitely get more into the movement of being at a D1 university?
Yeah, definitely. I think just maturing, keep building that confidence, and experience is a big factor. I was my first ever weekend I ever played at Bryant freshman year we're at Arizona. Then we went to Auburn the next year, and we faced on Friday night. They had a kid, Casey Mize, who's the number 1 overall pick, MLB Draft a few years ago, and it was just crazy to think that I'm on the same field with these kids. It was a little intimidating at first, definitely, but as I kept pitching and getting experience and getting confidence, I went to the summer league down in Newport and was facing kids. We had kids on our team from TCU, UCLA, Tulane. Like, we had kids from all over, and we're playing against all those types of kids. So at that point, when I had success, I'm like, listen, I'm right there with these kids. They're super talented, and they're very good players, but I'm right there with them. So just carrying that mindset with myself, and especially in my sophomore year, I was just bigger, stronger. Had more confidence in me, and I was just like, listen, I've been through the ringer already once. I'm going out there, and I don't want to let my team down. So I just try to pitch as well as I could each start.
So did it come to a realization at some point that you might have been like a top 150 draft prospect? And I don't know if you know, but you're ranked 142nd in the MLB 2020 draft. So how does that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely to say this has been my dream since I was a little kid. But not getting too involved in it. Obviously accolades are nice, but you got to go out there and get the job done. So that's I'm very flattered and very honored to be mentioned as one of those people think that I'm in the top 150 for sure. But gotta keep my nose to the grindstone and just keep doing what I've been doing and keep getting better every day. And just going out there and giving my team a chance to win every single game, and hopefully good things will happen from then.
So moving towards what we all are being contained with right now, COVID-19, what have you done to take advantage of the offseason during COVID-19 and to enhance your future and affect the way that you've been pitching at Bryant?
Yeah, I think with our season getting canceled last year after 4 weekends, it was tough, because we prepared so much for the season, and to get the carpet pulled off from underneath you. I felt, I was down, and for about 2 weeks, I was feeling sorry for myself, but I realized, hey, like, everybody's going through it. It's not just me. So I took that time over the summer and then in the fall, to really think about the mental aspect of the game, and to try to have a positive mindset more so than a negative one. If that makes sense. Just trying to look at the lighter side of things and saying, hey, like, I'm fortunate enough I'm able to play Division I baseball, doing what I love. Going to school, getting a great education, and being able to hopefully go home and play professional ball at the next level. So just looking at everything in a positive light and just thinking, hey, like, things aren't as bad. A lot of people have it worse off than I do right now. So just keep working hard and taking advantage of the time that's given to me.
So rolling off that, what's your future look like at Bryant? Like, what are you going to do to try and like enhance your skill set to make it past college and make baseball potentially a career?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's always things you can do to get better. Everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, but you can always work on both. And my biggest focus is trying to become more of a complete pitcher and just being an overall better athlete and just overall better pitcher. Be able to mix my pitches more, or control my pitches better is always something I'm working on. Mechanics, there's always stuff you can work on, and getting the coaching from my pitching coach and even my other teammates, and hearing what they have to say and watching what they do, and watching other teams, what they do well and what they struggle with, and be able to just diagnose and examine what am I doing? Comparing myself to other people, because obviously everybody's different. Everybody pitches. There's no two exact same ways you have to pitch. But it's always taking bits and pieces from everybody. Everybody's got some knowledge. You gotta intake that and really diagnose it and see what's gonna fit for you and see what works. And I've been trying to do that my whole career to get better, and I think it definitely has helped a lot. But there's still a long way to go. So that's it's exciting. I love the process. It's exciting because it's something I love to do. So
at the start of your 2019 year, you played Albion Christian, and then right after that game, you were thrown right into the mix facing the number one team in the country in LSU. How did it go from playing schools like Warrensburg, Lake George, Argyle, Hartford, kids that sometimes couldn't even field the team, and then you go to play the number one team that's ranked in the country? How does that feel?
It was. I don't think there's any words to describe it. It was surreal. It was unbelievable. I mean, I remember it was an 8:00 game, and I remember getting to the field at about 5:30, and there's people already in the parking lot tailgating and stuff, and it's different down south, and obviously the number one team in the country. And then I get out there for warm-ups, and then we start the inning off, and I think we got a guy on, and then the pitcher shut us down. So I go out there for the first, and staying on the mound and looking. I think there's about 10,000 fans in the stands, and it's just something I've never experienced before, and it was just awesome to take it in. Just truly blessed to be in a situation like that, and to have that experience and to say I was able to go do that was just unbelievable. If I could, I wish I could do that every game. It's because it's so much fun to play against. Because it brings the best out in you. You got 10,000 fans. You got people heckling you and stuff. It's so hard to describe. It's just like an experience that's so much fun, and your teammates are out there. They got your back, and because you're going down into uncharted territory, and people were asking us, "Where's Bryant? Where's Bryant?" We're like Rhode Island. They're like, "Where's that?" So it's just like people don't know that up here. So when we go down there, it's we try to back ourselves up and play as well as we can. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to say the least.
And then last question for you today, then we'll let you get going. Is how does it feel knowing that coming from Fort Ann, you're a 3-sport athlete. You guys are stars in soccer, basketball, and baseball. You have the entire community behind you going to Bryant. How did that feel going from senior year to your freshman year of college, and you have the entire community behind you?
Yeah, it's amazing. Any game back in high school, anywhere we traveled, I mean, we could be down on Long Island playing a regional game in soccer, and the stands are packed with Fort Ann people. It's truly amazing to see what this community does and to back everybody and make me feel one of their own. And even when I'm home, whenever I see anybody, they're always stopping and asking me, hey, how you doing? How are your parents doing? How's college going? How's baseball? We're rooting for you. We're wishing the best of luck for you. And it's just having that backing support and knowing, when I'm home, everybody wants to see me make it. And, if I'm having a bad day, I'm in the gym and I just don't feel right, or I'm not practicing, I'm tired, or I don't want to go study for that exam. I really think about, hey, listen, people back home are rooting me on. I got to give everything I can to them, and I don't want to disappoint them. And I do it for them. I do it for myself, my parents, because they've always been there for me. If I've ever been down or I've ever needed something, everybody in the community was there to help us. Pitch in, whether it was giving us money to go out to dinner as a team, or just going to basketball games and showing up and cheering us on and seeing stuff. So it's truly amazing to have a community like that. And I wish every high school kid could experience something like that, because it's overwhelming at times. It's like, wow, like this many people, it's just awesome to have, and that having that back.
Yeah, so we're gonna let you go here, but thank you so much for the time. We're gonna post this on Twitter, and then it'll be on Spotify and YouTube in the next coming days. I'll definitely text you and let you know when it is. But thank you so much, and good luck.
No problem at all. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, I like this idea, guys. Hopefully it works out for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully you're our first one on here. So we have a couple other guys that we're doing the rest of the week, and then we're hoping this takes off and we can get some big prospects on here.
Yeah, no doubt. Really, that's awesome. We wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you. Good luck in your senior year.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.